Today's video, we're going to use the classic tune, The Rowan Tree, to fix your grips. Stay tuned. Well, hello everybody, I'm Matt Willis Bagpiper, and on this channel I make videos to make you a stronger and more confident piper. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, commenting below with any thoughts you might have, and sharing it with any pipers you might know. But in any case, let's get on with it. The exercises we have right here are in a PDF below. There's a link in the description, so go ahead and print those out or put them on an iPad, whatever you need to do, but have them in front of you to follow along. The grip, one of the signature sounds of the Highland pipes. It kind of gives the instrument a Scottish accent, if you will, a bit of a brogue, and that's about as close to a Scottish accent as you're ever going to hear me do, because it's terrible. So the grip is a low G, D grace note to another low G. Yes, there is the grip around D with the B grace note. We'll deal with that in another video. We're going to deal with the standard grip today, and the tune The Rowan Tree is one of the best places to do it because there's only one D in the tune, and it happens to fall in line 3 on some eighth notes that we're not even going to be putting grips on. So the grip is an interesting embellishment. It's a little bit hard to time at first because it takes its timing away from the note before it, not the note after it. So if we think of, say, a C doubling, it starts on the beat and goes after. And a burl starts on the beat, goes after. But the grip starts before the beat. Ba ba ba, ba ba ba, ba ba ba. That means you have to know exactly where in the note before it, you need to start into the low Gs. And one of the best ways to figure that out is to just repeatedly practice it. So that's what we have here. I've taken the tune The Rowan Tree and inserted a grip between almost every note in the entire tune. It's a bit obnoxious. This is not a listening piece for your friends. This is something to really perfect and fix your grips. Let's talk real quick about kind of how I've structured the exercise here. You can see at the very top, we have the A, B grip to C, and I have like a B as a eighth note grace note. Well, I'll have a card up in one of these corners here with my previous video on the A, B grip to C. In that video, I discuss why I notate it like that, and there's great exercises on bringing that particular little bit of business up to speed. In this first part of the exercise in particular, we've taken almost every note in this tune and turned it into a quarter note. I've turned those quarter notes into an eighth and 2 16th notes so that you can time that grip precisely every time and start training your brain to start listening for where you would come into the grip, and also give you plenty of time to sound 2 even, strong low Gs. There are a couple of exceptions to the rule in here. At the very top, I have the A, B grip to C. We're going to leave that B. We're going to come in with the G grace note. I think that's just an important bit of business to get clean and right. And then there are some other places, mainly line 3, where there is a run of eighth notes. I chose to keep that as a run of eighth notes, and around that, there are no grips. You can see how it's written out. That's because if we took an eighth note and tried to put 2 16th notes as a grip around it, there wouldn't be any eighth note left. So in any case, I'm going to go ahead and take my metronome here, and let's set it at, 55. It's on the low end of the scale here, but this is an exercise about making sure it's all right. So this is the first page of the exercise. All right, fair warning, there's few places to breathe in this. I'm probably going to have to gasp pretty quickly to fit them in. Breathe wherever you need to. Take your time, come back in with the metronome. Don't worry about it. Again, this is an exercise to fix your grip, not really a melody, but I'm going to do my best to get through it. Well, not in one breath, at 55 beats per minute, which is why I have my metronome set to. That'd be a big breath. you could slow it down even more than that. This is not about making it quick. It's about making those grips even, clean, and precise. Now, on the next page, you're going to see the grips actually written out as grips, and it can look a little scary, maybe not quite as scary as the page before, but there's a lot of grips. I also want to note there's a third page. It's not a third exercise. It's just free of all of the extra ink, and I have a couple instructions on the bottom of how to maybe use this. This is almost a P-Brock style bit of notation, if you will. I didn't put the scribblies. I tried that, and it actually just made it even more confusing. It's pretty clear where the grips are. If you throw in an extra one in the course of this exercise, not a big deal. But seeing all the embellishments for some folks can actually be overwhelming, so use whichever sheet is going to work best for you. Now, for this exercise, I'm going to go ahead and up the tempo. I'm going to go to 72, and I'm going to play these just as regular, clean grips. Don't worry about speeding this up until you can do the first page of this exercise clean and consistent. All of those grips nice and crisp. You want a nice, small D grace note. We don't want that D grace note jumping off the page. It's a tiny boop, boop. Nice and small, separating those two big, thick G's. And that was more than a couple of takes. Having a camera on you makes everything just a little bit more tense. Well, so there you go, guys. It's a fairly simple, straightforward exercise, and you don't have to play it exactly like that. If you want to add some extra grips in and around the eighth notes or whatever, you do what's going to make it work for you, because this is an exercise to make your grips better. If you got something out of this video, please comment below with your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring the bell, all that kind of stuff. It is all super useful for me, helps keeping me making this kind of content for you all. I almost forgot to mention my Patreon. A small monthly donation goes a long way to helping me make videos like this. You might even get some behind the scenes content like the shot of this studio back there. So yeah, head over to my Patreon. All right, guys, my name is Matt Willis, and until next time, cheers.